everybody. Welcome back. Welcome to Missouri Star Live.
What'd you guys think of that new intro, huh?
Yeah, that was fun.
And we're flying high off of a Chiefs win
Yes.
on Sunday.
Just one little shout out for our Chiefs. We're so happy.
Yeah, no, we're not going to bring
So
that.
happy.
Just that once.
That's it. And we'll let it go. Let it go. But yes, thank you guys so much for rolling with it last week. Jenny's amazing. Thanks to Jenny for popping in and filling in when I was sick. I'm getting better. I was so sick. Got the flu. The real
The
deal.
real flu.
The real flu. It was rough.
I had to stay away from this chick. I slept in the guest bedroom.
He did.
I was like,
Thank
you're
goodness
disgusting.
we had a guest room. But the good news is I quarantined myself. Everyone else stayed healthy, and so I'm thrilled. It was great. And I'm happy to be back. It's good to be back and to be spending some time with you guys. So we have a really fun project. I guess, well, Jake, do you have any shout outs we want to
Oh, yeah.
send?
There's definitely shout outs. We got California, Nashville, Idaho, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Idaho, Mexico,
Awesome.
Washington, Florida, Laura from Scotland.
Wonderful. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. We love that you spend a little bit of your week with us every week. And we have
one more.
one more.
Apache Junction, Arizona. That's a good one.
Very cool. We're excited to spend this week with you, and we have a really fun project that I think you guys will like. It's featured in our upcoming issue of Block Magazine, and it's just so useful. We thought we would go ahead and share it with you. I'm sure a lot of you have seen some boxes like this one. Get a few of these in the mail, and we're going to show you how to repurpose them, cover them with fabric, and use them for some storage containers for your sewing room. So it's super easy, and we're going to show you how to do it no matter what size box you have. So that's what we're going to make today. So
and this is cool. The reason why this is so cool is this magazine isn't even out yet.
Yeah.
So this is
a
a
little
sneak
sneak peek for you guys. It's super
kind
fun.
of we might as well tell them. Okay. So we're in between. If you order it now, it's too late.
Yeah, you can't subscribe. If you subscribe now, you're past the subscriber cutoff for this new issue because they're getting ready to start mailing. But you can add it to your wish list and order it from our website. And so there's a link where you can do that. You can add it to the wish list. And so you can purchase it. And you should absolutely still subscribe and get the rest of the issues that will come with that subscription.
And the other cool thing is they've updated Block. So that's what we're trying to do. We did a revamp, and this is all coming together.
New year, new Block Magazine, and we're so excited about the beautiful new changes that they've made. You can see this updated cover. You guys see this overhead? Yep. You can see this updated cover with this beautiful picture of Jenny, and we just changed a little bit of the...
we put Mom on the front of the thing.
Yeah, because it's her magazine, right? So it makes sense that she would be on the cover. So it's really great. And this is kind of fun. You get to see a little sample of the proofs that come. And this is how everything is approved and gone through before it goes to print. And so this is the sample proof of the cover that will be going to print that features the project that we're going to be showing you guys. So,
all right, everybody's like, back to the project.
Okay, all right.
No, I'm just joking. That was just me. But yeah, let's get back to the project. Let's go.
Either way, Block is amazing, and we're so excited about the revamp. And if you want more goodness like I'm going to show you, then subscribe to Block Magazine, and that's where you'll find it. So like I said, we're going to make these really cute fabric-covered boxes to repurpose your shopping that you do here with us at Missouri Star. So it's really simple. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to lay out your box flat, and you're going to cut off those top flaps. So I've kept my bottom flaps so that I can go ahead and close this up when the time comes. But you can see here I've cut off the top flaps. So that's the first thing you want to do.
Yeah, so it'll have tape on it. So you'll take the tape off the bottom, open it up,
flat, and then go ahead and use some scissors
one side
and carefully cut off those top flaps. And so this is how we're going to start to get our box ready to go. We need a couple of measurements. The first thing we want to do is measure the height of our box, and you can just use the number. It tells us right here the measurements of our box. And so the height of the box itself is 3 inches. And so we're going to take that number and multiply it. Actually, let's just double check it and make sure that it's actually 3. Okay, see, I'm glad I said this, because when you measure on here, Remember, we're just measuring the height of the box when it's folded. So it's just this part here. It measures 3.5. So I'm going to write down 3.5, and I'm going to take that times 2, which equals 7. I'm going to write that number down. So that's our first number. And then I want to measure the width of the box. And just my personal preference, this is, it says it's an 8 by 9, so it's a little bit longer this way than it is this way. And I like my ends to be on the short side. So I'm going to measure my short side here. Again, let's open this up. And it looks like it's about almost 8.5. And so I'm just going to round up to 8.5 for that. So I'm going to write down 8.5. You can see here's my math. 3.5 times 2 equals 7. And then I'm going to take 8.5 divided by 2 equals 4.25.
Wait, what are you covering up?
This was for a different box, so I don't want people
people
to get confused. So this is the box that I'm doing. So I have 3.5 times 2 equals 7. 8.5 divided by 2 equals 4.25. Add those two numbers together. That gives us 11.25. And then we're going to add one more inch to allow for the hem that we put on right here. And so my total size strip that I need is 12.25. And that's the number that I need to cut by the width of fabric. And so you can use these exact same methods no matter what size your box. You're going to take the height of your box times 2 plus the width of your box divided by 2. Does that make sense? You're going to add those together, and then you're going to add an inch for your hem. And so then I've gone ahead and cut my 12.25 by the width of fabric strip. That's what I have here. And so now what you want to do is we're going to take the box and we're just going to lay this on here, and we're going to cut this off just about the exact same height as my box here measures. And so I'm going to just kind of look here, make sure that I've got my fabric lined up here straight to make it easier on myself. And then I set this here. Looks like I need, it's come up about here on the 17.5 mark. So I'll take my ruler.
So somebody was asking if you are already subscribed to Block, do you need to resubscribe for this new block?
No, you do not. If you're already subscribed, you will still be subscribed. So you can see here.
Also, made a good call out. Is if you have the Block app, can you get the digital version of this?
Yes. Oh, that's a great
So you could order the digital version.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you can see here I've just laid my box. Remember, I flattened it out, and this is how I'm getting my height. My fabric is folded in half here. The fold is down here. I'm keeping the fold, and I'm laying this to give me a guide. And I figured out that for this particular box, I'm going to cut this strip down so that it measures 12.25 by 17.5. So I've got my ruler laid across here, and we're just going to make this cut. Ta-da! All right, so now we're going to fold this so that we have right sides together. And we are going to sew down this side seam and across one bottom seam. So let's take this to the sewing machine. All right. If you guys have any questions, you might go ahead and backstitch.
Yes, ask those questions. Also, the magazine does do a good job of explaining this too.
Natalie?
The magazine.
Oh, the magazine. Yes. Yeah. Yes, it does. Natalie does as well. This was her brilliant idea, so. All right, so I've sewed the side seam. I'm going along the bottom seam now. Just doing a 1/4 inch seam. All right, So now we've got that, and the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to box our corners to create the base for the inside of our box. And so now actually I think we can go ahead and tape this shut so that it will be ready for us.
So loud on the microphone.
Is it really loud? Sorry about that. All right, well, I'm gonna rip some tape too. So we've got some tape here.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
All right. Whoops. Ugh.
So somebody's asking if you can get a pattern of this, which the block magazine would be that, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And what's the cost on the block? Is it?
It's $7.99. Block magazine is $7.99. So
That's
I've just
pretty cheap pattern.
now that it is a super cheap pattern because it comes with 10 projects in there. So you're getting a lot for that $7.99. Okay, so now we've got this ready to go. And so the goal is we need to box these corners so that it will sit down inside of our box, and then we can fold out our fabric around it. So now remember, we measured our side and decided that that was 8.5. Let's check it one more time. And since I'm going with the inside measurement, I'm going to actually do 8 inches, I think, for my boxed corner, which means that we need to measure up 4 inches from either side. So let's just...
Cream Puff was asking if I'm still celebrating.
Oh,
you might notice my voice is a little gone.
Yes. We have had so much fun. All right. So now we've just pinched this, and I'm lining up my side seam and my bottom seam here since I do have a side seam. I'm just going to make sure this is all squared away. I don't have any folds.
Is Mr. Beast really in our chat right now?
It looks like it. That's funny. Okay. All right, so now remember we're looking for an 8-inch boxed corner, so we're going to measure up 4 inches, and I'm going to grab a pin. This is going to be inside. Nobody's going to see it, so you don't need to really worry about what pin you're using. I'm just going to mark a line right there, and then I'm going to turn this, and just to double check, since I know this needs to be 8 inches, I can see, this is going to measure 8 inches from side to side, and I've got my mark there, so I'm just going to go ahead and draw a line all the way across. This is just a regular ink pen I'm marking with there. And then you can go ahead and put a pin in this. Where'd my pins go? There they are. You can go ahead and put a pin in this to keep it where you want it. If you feel so inclined, you don't really have to. And we're just going to sew right on that line that we marked, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I like to do one and then the other just because it's kind of a large boxed corner we're working with here. And I find it easier if I just do one at a time. So I'm going to back stitch. And again, sewing right on that line.
All right, we realized Mr. Beast wasn't in the chat. He's not our best fan. Linda, you are.
All right, there's that side.
No, everybody is. Let me spread that love around. Everybody is. Guys.
We love everybody. We're so thankful they're here. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this side off. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So let me show you that again. We're going to pinch this so that it creates a triangle. Make sure we don't have any folds. We're going to measure up 4 inches from our point, and we're going to make a little mark, and then we're going to turn this and make sure that it is 8 inches from side to side, and then draw a line. Here we go. And again, you can put a pin in there, keep it where you want it, and we're going to sew right on that line.
How did you know to go 4 inches?
I know that my boxed corner needs to measure the side of my box. Now remember I said I like my box corners to be on the shorter side, and this is my 8-inch side of my box. And so to figure out your box corner, you need to measure up half of what you want that width to be. That's a great question.
So if you would have gone 6 inches, it would have been 12.
Then you would measure up, well, if you wanted it to measure 6 inches, you would measure up 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you
needed measured 12 inches, then it would be 6 inches.
Then you would measure up 6 inches. Exactly.
Oh, this is easy. That's easy math.
Yeah, easy math. All right, so then back stitching at the beginning and right on the line. And then I'm going to go ahead and back stitch again at the end and trim my threads.
Teresa's up at 5 a.m. watching this.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you, Teresa. All right, and we're going to trim this off. Ta-da! Okay, and so then now the next thing you want to do is you're just going to drop this inside your box, and we're going to fold this over the edge. And this is where you're just going to make sure it all fits. And this is a little long because I haven't hemmed it yet, but I want to show you what we're aiming for. So you can see that then this will fit right inside. I'm going to turn and make sure my corners line up the way I want them. Just takes a little bit of adjusting. But then that works so cute. And then you can see here, now I know, all right, I've got an inch of extra fabric here that I can take back and press and create my hem. And so if you feel like that inch that we added, because remember we added that extra inch at the beginning, if you feel like this is a little more than you need, or maybe you want part of your box to show, you can add a 1/2 inch, you can add nothing, and then you'll just have the fabric that only comes down part way on the side once you do the hem.
You're just not one to get to the end of the box, all the sewing and box corners, and then it's too short.
Exactly. Like, so we've allowed a little bit of extra there so you can create the hem whatever length you want. And so now once I know, okay, I've got a good solid inch all the way from the bottom of the box, then I went ahead, and I've got one here that I'll show you. I went ahead and already turned under.
Well, I think you can just hem that one. Go ahead and just hem that one.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, well
I want to watch it all the way through.
I'm gonna hem this one.
But that's for a different box, isn't it?
No, it's the same box. I got this.
Boo.
I've got this.
Boo.
So you can see, I measured it. I knew how far I needed it to turn down, so I just pressed it over once all the way around and pressed it over again. And then now we're just gonna top stitch right along that edge there. So we'll just take this to the machine. Now that it's got a good press, and this will be ready to go.
All right, I'm sorry for booing you. I didn't mean that.
No booing.
Please forgive me. I just like that fabric better. It's so colorful and happy.
It is colorful, you're right. And this is so good for using up your scraps.
When everybody's so pumped on this, because it's, how cool would this be? Because you can make a bunch of different color blues and like organize your shelf and make them look cool.
That's what's so fun too. You know, if you have a ton of yardage that you want to sort, or a ton of fat quarters that you want to sort, how cute would it be to create, you know, different colored liners for your different boxes, and then all your red fat quarters go in a box that's got a red liner. All your blue ones go in one that's got a blue liner. It's just so fun and such a great and inexpensive way to organize.
Well, and even sometimes you have that print that you don't want to like cut up.
That's
true. But like this, I mean, this on the big pieces of it, you know, or maybe it doesn't fit in the quilt. You know, you bought it on a whim.
But you love it and you want it to be on your shelf. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great call out. So I'm just taking a few stitches here and turning as I go to make sure I don't have the opposite side underneath me. Just top stitching. You do want to make sure that you're pressing your hem to the wrong side of your fabric. This particular fabric doesn't really have a right or wrong side, but you do, when you're hemming, make sure you're pressing it towards the wrong side, otherwise you're going to be sad once you go to turn out your fabric on the edge of your box.
Yeah, some alternate ways of finishing. You could just tuck it under the bottom,
Absolutely.
hot glue it, or tape it down.
Yep, there are all kinds of options.
Or staple it. But this does give a nice finished look too.
Yeah, it's a nice finished edge, and it's quick and easy. So
Which magazine is it? Which episode? Or not episode?
issue.
Issue, yeah.
Volume 7, issue 1.
It is in
It's
volume 7, issue 1. All right, I'm at the end. Just back stitch once there and cut my threads. Ta-da!
Oh, we did have a good call out. If you hem it, you can take them off and wash them to like if they get
Exactly.
dirty. Wow.
Yeah, so
Our
fun.
Chad is smart.
Everyone always has good ideas. All right, so then we're just gonna drop this in here again, and then we just tuck our little edge right around. Ta-da! Just line it all up.
I gotta
How
tell
cute
you,
is that?
a cardboard box never looked so good.
Never looked so cute. And then you can fill it
Yeah,
with all
show
your...
them the fat quarter one because we can't see this one.
Okay.
Well, no, the other
Oh.
one. What is that?
Well,
The
this
random
is
fabric?
just some fat quarter bundles that just fit right in there. So cute. And this one, I've got, a couple of fat quarter bundles and some yardage that's just folded up here in
You
a
guys
box.
need to make sure you order all kinds of odd shaped things so you have different size boxes.
You get all the different size boxes. But
Get a long ruler,
it's
then you'll have
so
a long one.
cute. Exactly. I just think it was such a fun and clever idea, and I appreciate Natalie for showing me how she did it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and you will be able to dress up your sewing room shelves with some repurposed Missouri Star boxes. So I love it.
Make it beautiful.
Yeah, make it all cute. So
All right,
any questions?
Is there any questions? Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody's saying you get 10 by 10 bakery boxes. That'd be fun.
that'd be awesome. So cute. I love that.
Another nice thing is if the boxes start to break down, you just order more stuff.
Right.
And you can reskin the box.
Exactly.
See, we're on this. We are on this.
You could call customer service and say, I need this size box because my old one wore out.
What do I need to order to get a 10 by 10
What do I need
box?
to get
One
an
jelly roll?
8 by
Okay.
9 by 3
Okay, that's
inch
fine.
box? So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. I thought it was so fun. I can't wait to see them stacked up on your sewing room shelves filled with all kinds of goodies.
I had one more idea that came through, and then we'll end this out. But somebody said make, like, for wrapping, like, make a cool one for a box for a
Yeah.
wedding and put stuff in it.
And fill it with
Be a lot of
goodies.
fun.
Also, like, how cute would this be with a little pom-pom trim or something
Oh,
added around it?
don't you dare.
So cute. Anyways, have a fabulous
Yep.
week, you guys. Thank
Have a
you
good
so
Tuesday.
much. And
Good
we
hanging
will-
out with you guys.
We'll see you
ya.
next week.
Peace.